Welcome. Today we're going to go through an assignment about vectors. You'll find that mathematically it's a very simple assignment, but it is very tricky if you've never done it before, at least at first. What it is really kind of a game. It's a race. It's the vector race. And these instructions just say that really the only rule of the race is that you can only accelerate by 1 square per turn, every turn, in either the x or the y direction. Let's just see an example of what we're talking about. So right here, the very start, turn 0, essentially, we just declare ourselves to be at 0.00 and we're not moving. This 0.00 is just wherever you put a dot on your page to start along the starting line. Then, as we scroll down so we can see it, on turn 1, we move in the y direction. We accelerate to 1 square per turn, which means we move 1 square forward in that first turn. So we go from the start line just 1 little square up. You'll have a whole page printout of this for your own. On the second turn, we don't have to just go 1 square. We can go 2 squares per turn. We've accelerated to a speed of 2, which takes us up to a position of 3. We move 1 square the first turn, 2 squares the second turn. We're at 3. The same thing for turn 3. We've accelerated more. We're speeding up and speeding up. Now we're at 6, so that's 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. On the fourth turns, things get interesting because we continue to accelerate to a speed in the y direction up the page to a speed of 4. That means we go from position 6, 4 more, to position 10, but we also accelerate in the x direction to a speed of -1. So that speed of -1 takes us from our 0 to -1. So you see here, we went up our first 10 squares through those first 3 turns, and our fourth turn we go 4 squares more and 1 square over to the left. And then I included kind of a counter example. There are a lot of common problems. And one common problem is as you get close to that first left turn you have to make, you need to slow down, and you'll be going very fast in the y direction. 8, 10 squares per turn sounds great until you realize you're going to hit the wall. So here, if we tried to slow down, accelerate in the negative direction, perfectly fine to do, but we cannot go from a speed of 4 to a speed of 2. So again, if we did go to speed of 2, it would take us from position 10 to 12, but we don't want to do that. Also, we have slowed down to a speed of 0 here, which just keeps us at -1 in the x direction. But again, because 4 and 2 are not separated by 1, that's too quick of an acceleration. We would need to go from a speed of 4 to a speed of 3, to a speed of 2, speed of 1, and then 0, and hopefully do that in time to turn. So as you start this, start with just very tiny pencil dots on your paper, and once you get around about that first turn, you'll have a much easier time. So here is the whole version. And we'll do 1 full lap around and count up how many turns it took you. And I guarantee after your first time through, even if you think you figured it out, you'll be able to repeat the experiment in even fewer turns. You'll get a very nice, efficient path around this race. And it's good practice for vectors.